What's up, everybody? Welcome to podcast now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about that Square Enix Guardians of the Galaxy game. So Jeff Grubb obviously does his Summer Game Mess show over on YouTube. I believe it's YouTube, maybe also on Twitch, and he talks pretty much about anything and everything that he knows. Now, I very much believe the guy. He's been proven, I would say, to be right way more times than wrong. And even when he's wrong, I think he's more like just date wrong or like timing is off versus like he just is making stuff up just to make stuff up. So I do believe him. And, this Guardians of the Galaxy game is not something that is the most mysterious. A lot of people know about it, and that's something that he himself said in his video. So I want to go over what he did say about the game, just kind of more confirmation that the game is real, is coming, and then, we can talk about what that means, how we feel about that, that happening from the notorious Square Enix. So as always, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys have the bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up. And if you super like my stuff, I do have a second channel. I do a daily video over there as well, kind of a helping channel to this one. It's called Podcast Now Plus. Link for it is always in the description below if you guys want to check it out, or obviously you can just look it up on YouTube. Okay, so basically he said kind of what I was summarizing in the beginning of the video, but what I found interesting was he was talking about, when something in the gaming industry is kind of known to everybody, it's pretty easy, because it's known to everybody, you kind of just know like it's actually going to happen. And that he said, he can't talk about, or he doesn't, I don't know if he doesn't know, or he just, isn't allowed to say, but he didn't give us, any information on the game itself, how it's going to play, how it's going to look, anything like that. But he did say, it is real. All those rumors that we've heard before, they are solid. It is happening, and Square Enix is making it. And he didn't say whether or not he thinks it's going to be at E3, but he did say that he hopes it's at E3. So that's literally, that doesn't tell us anything, so I don't want anybody kind of, twisting those words. We did make videos, or I did make videos, I believe on Monday it was, remember, where it seems like Square Enix's entire E3 is up for leaking. Like the people out there do know the entirety of their E3, and it's almost a matter of when kind of the dam breaks and all of these leaks basically all of the info of Square Enix's conference comes out. Now, there has been leaks on it. Whether or not they're true or not, I don't know. In fact, the longer it goes, the more I would say I don't believe them, because if people, like very solid people, are saying that there is a huge leak out there, but nobody's really saying it, then it doesn't seem to be the same one. But if you do believe the one that's out already, I mean, a lot of it we already kind of know about the Final Fantasy stuff. Kingdom Hearts, there'd be a new Kingdom Hearts game. They would show a new Tomb Raider game. So there is, there's some stuff in there, and they did talk about like new IPs and stuff. Now, I guess this is an established brand. So I guess if you go based off the leak that is already out, if you believe it, then it wouldn't be there. But again, I don't know if it's actually, I mean, I read it out. We talked about it on Monday's video, but I'm personally not 100% sold on it being real. But, to me, I always believed the Guardians of the Galaxy thing. They're really, I've always kind of operated under the fact that we were actually going to get, we were going to get a game. Jeff Grubb saying it just kind of makes it even more real, right? And I think it's been worked on for like a while, so I feel like I'm not saying like it's done tomorrow, but I would say like it's probably closer to the finish line than the beginning, which is good, which is a good thing. Okay, so in terms of, well, I guess, is it going to be at E3? I mean, I would love to see it at E3 just to see, what we're dealing with, right? The thing with this is, and I really do, and I want to make this very, very clear. I want to respect the people that like Marvel's Avengers, because I don't think every single person didn't like it. I would argue the majority of people didn't like it, and I would argue that based off a couple things. Number one, sales for the game were not like outrageous. They weren't even close to like the Arkham games or Spider-Man, and Spider-Man obviously is one that very few games in general can reach, but even like the Arkham games. So it wasn't, I would say, a very high selling superhero game. And let's not forget, yes, it's the Steam numbers, but pretty much almost everybody, not everybody, almost everybody jumped off this game after a couple weeks or a month. And then people who defend the game say, well, those are Steam numbers. Well, the industry backs itself up. So like when Steam numbers drop, PlayStation numbers drop, Xbox numbers drop. They don't, it's not just one goes and all of a sudden, everybody, maybe they stop playing it on PC and they're playing on PlayStation. So, like, that's the thing, though, okay? There are people who like this game. I don't think there is an enormous amount of people, okay? And even if you do like the game, I think you have to understand that. And I think the issue with Square Enix and with this Guardians of the Galaxy game is, like, no matter what, even if you liked Avengers, it was such a polarizing game. I would say it was kind of a laughingstock in a lot of ways. A lot of people did not like it. And then even if you did like it, I mean, it's really just created this kind of divide where we don't have a one giant opinion on the game, which, by the way, is okay. I mean, I'm not really one for everybody just agreeing that, like, or I guess, not that. I mean, that can happen, but thinking for yourself. I'm a big fan of thinking for yourself, so I don't want everybody just saying the game's good because other people said it, or the game's bad. I mean, I played the game. I played it for a month. I played it every single night for several. I mean, I played the game for like 40, 50 hours. Now, maybe that's not a lot right now to people that have been playing it, since launch, but I would say to the average person, that's a pretty good amount of time. So, like, I have my opinions of the game, you know what I mean? And it's just, I don't know, the way it was designed, I just think you could have done it so like, yes, is this like a retrospective, like we're looking back at Avengers? Kinda, because I feel like that's 100% their strategy going forward. And the question is that a good thing? So, like, when it comes to Guardians, am I excited for it? Yeah. Am I excited to see it? Yeah. Am I excited to play as the Guardians of the Galaxy? Yeah. But then if you do it like, if it's literally Avengers 2, but it's Guardians, I mean, it's immediately starting behind. And maybe it's better, but it's immediately starting kind of from a place of weakness, because it's like, I just don't think the way it was built, that's how you do it. The game being empty. And yeah, that's something that you can fix. But even just the idea of it being more of an online thing and more of a repetitive thing and more of like a loop, not like a loot box, but definitely something where you have to just grind. And even right now, the whole point of it is just replaying missions over and over and over and over with your friends, sure, maybe, sometimes, and and getting your character leveled up to get the perks and the skills and all that stuff. That's the point. That's the whole point of the game. Whereas I really think you're missing out on the other side of things. Like, again, let's look at Spider-Man. Let's look at Batman. Now, yeah, those are standalone superheroes, but just feel like there's better ways. Now, you don't have to, again, do it like them just because. So that's something that, I have no problem with you doing something radically different, but it needs to be good. And so when it's not good, then it's like, well, maybe you should fall in line, you know what I mean? And just make a game kind of similar to those ones. And honestly, that's not so unfair to say, because they pretty much copied a grinding, the how Avengers is, they copied other games that do it anyway. So to say, well, I don't want them to copy Spider-Man or Batman, well, they're copying other games already. You know what I mean? So again, like, I know, a lot of this is talking about Avengers, but at this point, Guardians is real, like 100%, like it's absolutely coming. Again, whether it comes at E3, like we see it, I'm not sold on that, especially because Avengers still has a little bit of life left in it. That's, I think, the biggest thing to say. Like, I could see why you would do Guardians. Maybe you just don't even care about Avengers anymore if you're Square Enix and you want to do Guardians. But at the same time, you still have at least Black Panther and Spider-Man coming. So I would say it would probably hurt that. But again, like, where are we? How many people are even playing Avengers still? Is there like 10,000? Like, because if there's only 10,000 people, I'd say move on. I would truly, and now you don't have to move on from the game. Don't shut the servers down, stuff like that. But I think you can announce the next game in that superhero genre, and I don't think it's going to destroy your game, because your game already doesn't have that many players, you know what I mean? So I don't know for sure if it would be at E3, but again, even honestly, like Jeff Grubb said, I'd like to just see it, just so I can start to develop my opinion on it, see what other people say, and see if they're going to go further down this hole, or if they're going to do something slightly different. Because I do think there's a lot of potential, a little bit more of humor, just different characters in general, Guardians. I think there's a lot of potential there. But again, if this is just Avengers 2, or if this is literally, if this is Guardians of the Galaxy, and then they make an Avengers 2 and they kind of bring them together, add a couple more, Avengers to the team. I mean, like, come on. So we'll have to see. Ultimately, it's just a waiting game. So let me know, guys, in the comments below, what do you think? Are you excited for a Guardians game? Do you think it's going to be too much like Avengers? Or maybe that's a good thing? Let me know. As always, again, make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on so you know all these videos go up. If you want to subscribe to my second channel, Podcast Now Plus, link for that is always in the description below. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you all on the next video.